So I don't even know if which video is going to work, if I'm being honest with you guys, because Demiplane has been, they've been taking it. They've been taking it. Like Starfinder was just released, and I was very unaware on how I underestimated, should I say, how popular Starfinder really is, because people have been eating this up, and so much, in fact, that the website kind of slowed to a crawl for a second while I was doing the original video. So welcome everyone to Black and Nerdy Tabletop. I'm your host, Zephyrnix, and today we're going to go ahead and create a Starfinder character. And we're going to do it by using Starfinder Nexus on Demiplane. So for those who don't know, Demiplane is your one-stop shop for all your digital tabletop needs, and I mean that more than ever nowadays, because remember, they used to be by themselves, but now they're with Roll20, which means that your Demiplane characters can now be played on Roll20. It's awesome. I'm going to be making a video about that very soon, hopefully within the next 48 hours. But in the meantime, let's jump into this right here. So right here, you can either click on create a character, or I can go over to games and go ahead and click on Starfinder 2 right here. But I'm just going to go ahead and click on create a character just to bring me over to my create a character screen here. So as you see right here, if I scroll down, I got a Starfinder character all ready to go. Unfortunately, like I said, it wasn't completed because the actual website so I'm going to go ahead, a website kind of crashed on us, or slowed down, should I say. So I'm going to go ahead and delete it. All right, so let's go ahead and create a character. First thing you want to do is you can do one of two things. You can go up here to the very upper right-hand corner and click on create a character, where you would choose Starfinder 2, or you can just click on Starfinder 2, and then right here, click on create a character. I'm sorry, I meant Starfinder, not Starfinder 2. But let's go ahead and get on going here. So wait, give it an opportunity to load first. And here you go. So this is the beginning of the character creator here on Demiplane here. So you go ahead and choose a character. I'm just going to name the character quick. I don't have a photo. I guess I could have chosen a photo since I had some time to myself because the website crashed. But in the meantime, I'm just going to choose this one right here. And then I'm going to click on begin. So you actually look over here. Two things you need to know about the character creators. Number one, on the left-hand side, shows you everything that you need to do. So the numbers indicate how many things need to be filled out. And then the check right here and the purple means that it's completed. So remember that. Cyan and numbers mean that you got stuff to do. Purple and check means you got stuff. There's nothing to do there. You've done everything. On the right-hand side, upper right-hand corner, is where you would go ahead and see all your attributes. So you have your strength, your dexterity, your constitution, your intelligence, your wisdom, and your charisma. As well as your saving throws, which is fortitude, reflex, and will, and your perception, which is right here, and then your hit points right here. So that's all go there. I do want to bring some things too for those who are coming from games like D&D and whatnot. Remember that when it comes down to your roll for initiative, that's actually based on your perception, which is also based on your wisdom. So if you want a higher perception score, or a higher roll for initiative, should I say, definitely want to go ahead and invest in wisdom. Just want to say that a lot of people don't know that. The other thing I wanted to tell you is strength is your physical damage. Full stop. Not if you have a finesse weapon, that changes the game. No. Finesse weapon will allow you to go ahead and choose dexterity as your attack. Sure. But in terms of strength, it's still all about the strength. In terms of damage, it's all about the strength. So just want to let you guys know that. Let's roll into it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and click on begin. And now I get to choose my ancestry. So the ancestry comes first. I'm going to go ahead and choose the Pathra. Pathra is a pretty good little cat race going on here. And I'm noticing the wings behind it. I don't know. The last time I did this, I didn't notice those wings behind it. But this is a new ancestry for me here too. You'll see some of them are actually locked down. Unfortunately, I cannot access them right now because the book hasn't come out on Demiplane just yet. But it should be this week, and then I will be doing a review on it if I have the time. But yeah, this one right here, excellent. So if you look here, you'll see that it has 8 hit points, medium size, 25 feet or 5 squares. Your attribute boost is actually +1 in charisma, +1 in dexterity, and then a free 1 in anything except dexterity and charisma. Just want to make sure that that's 100% clear. Or you can choose, if you choose that, then you also get attribute flaw, which is a minus in constitution. Or you can just choose 2 in 2 free ones. I'll explain that in a minute here. But you also have your traits, which is Pathra and human. So I'm going to actually choose this one. So when I choose this one, notice that my hit points are going to go up to 8 here, and then you'll notice immediately you'll see charisma and dexterity kind of go up. All right, so first thing I got to do is, as you see, everything change here. +1 in dexterity, -1 in constitution, +1 in charisma, like it told us, and then an 8 in hit points. And then these right here change depended on the change of this, rather, was dependent on what happened over here. So dexterity rolls into, or reflexes roll in dexterity. So dexterity plus, I mean, reflex is +1. Fortitude rolls into constitution. So fortitude is -1. You get the idea. All right. So now we got to choose a path through a heritage. So these are kind of like these sub races and other things, but these are just more heritage things. And I'm actually going to choose Hunter Stalker Panthera. Remember, this is not a deep dive into the Panthera ancestry. This is just creating a character. So this one I like because with this one, it says as long as you are in a natural and undeveloped environment, i.e. woodsy area or a nature area, I can go ahead and get a +2 circumstance bonus, which means that it's this +2 is exclusive to what I'm about to talk about right now, which is a bonus to stealth checks to hide and seek, which means that either hiding from someone or finding someone. Survival checks to subsist, which is me foraging for food, or survival DC to cover tracks, which means that exclusively to cover tracks. Mind you, this only works in a natural habitat, so an natural and undeveloped habitat to be more precise. So it is what it is. But I'm going to go ahead and choose. It's kind of rare that you run into this, I'm pretty sure, but I'm going to choose this anyway because I want to get this video done. Now you have your ancestry feats, so you get to choose which feat you want for your ancestry, and you got competitive spirit, a whole bunch of different things. I'm actually going to choose predatory. Long story short, predatory says you get a choice between 2 different weapons. One is a natural weapon of a claw unarmed attack that deals 1d6 slashing damage and has agile, finesse, and a pathra and unarmed attack. So long story short, what you need to take from this is agile, excuse me, gives me the ability, like when I'm taking my second and third attacks, I won't have to take so much of a negative impact on my roll for attacks on my second and third attack. So just to let you know, when you go ahead and attack the first time, you can go ahead and roll your attack and nothing happens. You just get regular attack. But if you try to attack a second and third time, it negatively impacts, and I believe it impacts by and regularly it impacts like a -5 to attack and then a -10 to attack for the third attack, if you get a third attack off. However, that's only in 1 round. With the agile trait, instead of -5 and -10, it's actually -4 and -8 respectively. So it gives me better chance to hit. Finesse pretty much means I can roll my dexterity into as my modifier for my attack rolls. So instead of just doing it strength. So I actually like this. I'm going to choose this one. And then because of this, I got to choose which attack I want. I'm going to choose claws. And then last but not least, my ancestry boost. So I got to choose which attribute boost I'm going to choose. Now keep in mind, this is where things get interesting because you can choose 2 particular types. You can choose the boost that comes with the ancestry, or you can choose just 2 free boosts that you want to choose. So it doesn't really matter to me, but I'm going to go ahead and choose the second one, which just means that I just choose 2 free boosts and that's it. And the reason why primarily is because of the fact that you get a negative impact to your constitution. So I don't want that. So I'm going to choose dexterity and I'll choose charisma. So those are the 2 now I get to choose because I chose the second boost option or the variant rules. So I always encourage people to use the variant rules. This one's not bad. It's not bad. Don't get me wrong. And neither one is bad, but this one gives you a bit more control. Now that we've done with this one, we'll go to our background. So once again, this is about creating a character. I don't want to dig too deep into the backgrounds. So I'm just going to choose Bounty Hunter. Bounty Hunter says that I can go ahead and choose between attribute 1 of strength or constitution and another one free of whatever I want to choose. I also are trained in survival skill and the underwear skill. And then I also get you gain experience in experience tracker, which long story short allows me to track people. I'm good for that. So I'll choose that. And then I choose my ability score. I got all the skills that they gave me, plus I got to choose my ability score. So with this one, I'm going to choose wisdom. because that'll help me with my tracking. And then I'm going to choose dexterity for my attack rolls. So not only does this increase my attack rolls because of my finesse claw weapons, but this also increases my AC, which is my defense. So that works out. Remember, like I said before, wisdom rolls into perception, which rolls into your roll for initiative. So it's always good to have a little bit of wisdom on you. We're clear on here. So now comes for our final part, which is choosing a class. So they got plenty of classes to choose from. I'm going to choose Envoy. And Envoy actually gives you a couple things here. Now, once again, this is not a deep dive into the Envoy, but I will tell you what you need to know for this particular video. Number one, this will give you, the key attribute rather is charisma, which means that you'll get a +1 in charisma. You'll also have your hit points. It's 8 plus your constitution modifier for your, so I'll have, right now I got no constitution modifier, so I'll have 16 hit points when I start this. Right here, you are trained in perception, which I gotta admit I'm not happy with. I like my perception to be expert or up. Fortitude is only trained, which is the reason why I didn't want to go ahead and take my, I wanted to do that, that variant, because I knew that fortitude was going to be like this. So I would have had like +1, I think it is. When I'm done, said and done, I didn't want that. I wanted more than that. So I'll have a +2 now when I'm done here. Reflex save and will save are +4 because they are expert. And so that's good. So I'll definitely be able to dodge and will the almighty cold away, you know. Anyway, we'll be catching cold on this guy. I ain't catching no kind of COVID-19. Anyway, so here with weapons, I get simple weapons, martial weapons, and unarmed attacks, which is fine, as well as trained in light armor as well as unarmed defense. So I'm good with this one. I also get to choose between deception, diplomacy, or intimidation. So which is good. And then I get 6 skills plus my intelligence modifier. Really, really good. Like there is no bad thing here. So with that in mind, I'm going to go ahead and select this one. And then now here, as you see, things change. I got a +2 on my charisma, which means I got a +1 from choosing Envoy. So everything is really good. I got 16 hit points. Great. So with that in mind, I'm going to go ahead and choose my intelligence boost here, my attribute boost, excuse me. Now I get to choose 4 attribute boosts. So one of them is going to be strength because, like I said, even my claws will require strength to do damage. Because remember, at the end of the day, no matter what you say, what happens, strength is your physical damage, unless we are talking about ranged weapons. So I'm going to choose dexterity as a plus in there too, because that'll give me a +3 to my AC as well as my range attacks. I'm going to go ahead and choose wisdom. And this is a constitution based class, a charisma based class, excuse me. So I'm going to go ahead and choose charisma. There you go. So with that in mind, now everything's almost done. I got to go down here to my initial proficiency skill. Remember the, what was it? The diplomacy, deception, and intimidation. I'm just going to go ahead and choose diplomacy. Now that I've done that, I got 6 skills to choose from. That's the reason why I didn't choose intelligence, or I had more. So I can choose things easy here. I'm going to choose thievery. Survival's already chosen for something else. I'm going to choose society, piloting, computers, because why not? And I got 2 more to choose. Diplomacy's already chosen for the one I already did for athletics. And let's just do crafting, because why not, right? All right, so we got that one. Now we can go ahead over to leadership style. So leadership style pretty much helps me choose, this is a particular feats that only the Envoy has. I'm going to choose from the front. So just to let you know, I get a plus in athletics. I should have chose something else instead of athletics, but I get a plus, which means I'll have to choose something else later on here. So that's, but it is what it. Matter of fact, hold on. If I'm going to choose that one, no, what? Nope. Let me see. I'm actually going to choose from the shadows. Yeah, because it got stealth. So it says you prefer to direct your allies in subtle ways without drawing much attention to from foes. You might sneak in behind your bodyguards or support your team from a safe distance. Whatever. Definitely not the one I would choose. In fact, I'm not going to choose this one because for this particular class, I just can't. I would choose this one now. So this one, It says pretty much you raise your shield to help weather the storm of the incoming gunfire or simply lead others with a pointed finger. So this one is really good. This is like kind of like the heroic one that you might want to choose. So you get a skill in athletics, which is fine. And it says your leadership perk. You are now trained in medium armor, where you gain light armor expertise. You also gain expertise proficiency in medium armor as well. When you gain a light armor mastery, you also gain the same thing with medium armor. Okay, great. So this is actually pretty cool. I actually know this one. So basically, you have this special move called interposition, which allows you to choose via 1 or 2 action points. So what happens is that when you use this particular action, right, you call on your allies to get out of a threat's area or choose or close in on a threat. Select an enemy within 60 feet. Your allies within a target's reach can step, which means take 1 step in any direction, as a reaction. That's a reaction to me saying into position. So you can actually move closer to them or you can move away from them as long as you are in their reach. So you have to take a look at what the weapon they have, and depending on their weapon will indicate their reach. So for example, if they got a gun, you can move closer or whatever. But if they have a weapon, unless you are literally right on them, you can't really take a step. So with that in mind, it says allies within 30 feet of you and not adjacent to the target can stride as a reaction, but must end up closer to the target. I love that. So that means that anyone who is around me, but at the same time not adjacent, can actually close in on a target. Now that's if I use 1 action. If I use 2 actions, I can get the lead by example perk, which means that I can strike the target to focus their attention on you, and the target takes a -1 circumstance penalty to attacks made against other creatures until the start of your next turn, which means that if they're not attacking me, then they get a -1 attack to anybody else. I love it. It is really great to go ahead and do here. So I'm actually going to choose this one, which, like I said, I got to choose a replacement for athletics. So I'm just going to choose acrobats. Last but not least, I choose my own envoy feat. So I'm not going to really dig too deep into this one. I'll just use size up. Long story short, it says you spend 1 minute observing a Pacific individual, 10 minutes researching a Pacific individual on the infosphere or internet as it was, or 1 hour networking and gathering information. I absolutely love it. So it says once I do all that, I gain a +1 circumstance bonus to deception, diplomacy, intimidation, and perception checks against or in relation to your asset, assets, and a +1 circumstance bonus to attempt to recall knowledge about your asset. Now, I'm not going to get into recalling knowledge right now, that skill, but best believe it's a great skill. It says you gain a benefit of a 2-action get 'em when using 1 action get 'em on an asset. So I'm not going to dig into that either. But long story short, this is looking really good. Oh, you can maintain a number of assets equal to your charisma modifier. Okay, so I can choose multiple assets to go after too. Very roguish of this particular one here. So I'm going to choose this one. And then there you go. So last but not least, we've done everything except for equipment. It has a check here, but let me see here. Okay. So in this particular one, it actually does not give you actual equipment to wield, but it does tell me that I can go ahead and get currency. So that's actually good itself. So once I got all that, everything is good to go. So I'm going to go ahead and click on character sheet here. And as it's doing that, it's actually going to load up my brand new character. And here you go. This is my brand new character that I can go ahead and play in Starfinder or Pathfinder, and it only took me around, 19 minutes, and actually less than that, so probably 15 minutes to go ahead and do. Probably a little more than that. So, right here, you got your strength, you got your dexterity, constitution, blah, blah, blahs. You got your stuff over here, your AC. I would have to go ahead and purchase some weapons right here, which I can go ahead over to equipment and then add weapons. I'll talk to my DM when I'm doing this, and I'll go ahead and say, okay, I want to go ahead and purchase a, we'll just say, I've actually never added weapons here on thing here. So arc pistol, here we go. Arc pistols cost 25 right here. So You can click on here, get all the information on the arc pistol that you need. Once that's done, here's 25, right? So I can go ahead and select it. All right, and it goes in here. The official store is not in just yet, but that's how you would do it. And then you would go ahead and modify your currency right there. So I would say it was 25. And there you go. So now I only have 125 left out of 150. And I can go ahead and click on primary. As you see right there, it loads up my arc pistol. The good thing is that I can have nothing in my hand and it'll still be the same exact because I have the claws of my weapon, so I'm good to go no matter what. So now all I got to do to roll is go ahead and click here, depending on which how many times I'm attacking in one roll. So if I'm attacking once in this round, I would click the first box right here. If I'm attacking the second time in this round, I would click the second box. And there you go. So everything is good. I would go ahead and compare that to the to the enemies or the target's AC and find out if he gonna get shot or not. And of course, naturally, I can click up here and make some modifications. So right now I got Cosmic Hero on, but I can go ahead and click on Dark. I can click on Light, like I said, or Cosmic Hero, which it does look like Cosmic Hero is not up and running right now, so it will take a minute. But I can also click here and export it to a PDF if I wanted to. So I have a lot of options. So at this point, that runs our gambit here for going ahead and learning how to create a character here on Starfinder. Demiplane, Starfinder Nexus, that is. So let me know what you guys think. Comment section below. I'm definitely looking forward to taking a look at what's going on with Starfinder. I'm looking forward to particularly the GM book that's coming out very soon, where it'll go ahead and allow people to go ahead and fly ships, spacecrafts and whatnot. So very excited. Let me know what you think. Comment section below. You guys have a great night. I'm out.